This video is over volume of cylinders, cones, and spheres. For our first problem, we have a cylinder, and it has a radius of 2 and a height of 5. We're going to use our formula, V equals pi r squared h. We plug in our radius 2 and our height, which is 5. Solving exponents first, 2 to the second power is 4. We multiply 4 times 5 to give us 20. And then we multiply by pi. The directions tell us to use 3.14 for pi, and so we get an answer of 62.8. The directions also tell us to round to the nearest tenth. 8 is in the tenths place. There's no other decimals, so we can leave our answer as 62.8. For our second problem, we have a cone that has a radius of 5, and it also has a height of 10. We're going to use our formula, V equals pi r squared h divided by 3. We plug in our radius, which is 5, and our height, which is 10. We solve our exponents first. 5 squared is 25. We then multiply that answer 25 by 10, the height, to get 250. We divide 250 by 3 to get 83.3 repeating. Make sure we're not rounding yet. We keep all of those repeating decimals in the calculator. And then we multiply by pi, using the value 3.14 as the directions state. We get an answer of 261.6 repeating. But because the directions tell us to round to the nearest tenth, 6 is in the tenths place. The next 6 tells us to round up, meaning we end up with 261.7. For our last problem, we have a sphere. And this sphere has a radius of 2. We use our formula, 4 pi r to the third power divided by 3. We plug in our radius, which is 2. We solve the exponents first. 2 to the third power is 8. We then multiply the 8 times the 4 to get 32. We divide 32 divided by 3 to get 10.6 repeating pi. We're then going to multiply by pi using 3.14, and we get 33.493 repeating. But because the directions tell us to round to the nearest tenth, 4 is in the tenths place, the 9 tells us to round up, we end up with 33.5 as our final answer.